Now the floor is open.
谢谢发言人。北京日报记者提问：8日。
Beijing Daily on January 8, Foreign Minister Wang Yi and the chairperson of the African Union Commission, Yusuf, chaired the 9th China-African Union Strategic Dialogue. Could you share more details and how does China view its current relations with the AU? The African Union, AU, is a banner for Africa to seek strength through unity. China always develops relations with the AU from a strategic height and long-term perspective. This is an important strategic communication between China and the AU after the newly elected leadership of the AU Commission took office. Foreign Minister Wang Yi and Chairperson Yusuf had an in-depth exchange of views on China-Africa relations, China-AU cooperation and international regional issues, which deepened mutual trust, stepped up support and consolidated solidarity and cooperation. Both sides agreed that under the strategic guidance of President Xi Jinping and African leaders, bilateral relations have grown by leaps and bounds and entered the new stage of jointly building the all-weather China-Africa community with a shared future for the new era. Both sides agreed to continue firmly supporting each other on issues concerning core interests and major concerns and enhance communication, coordination and mutual support in respective major initiatives. The two sides will jointly uphold the international order based on international law and safeguard the legitimate rights and interests of the global south. The AU side reaffirmed its firm commitment to the One China principle and firmly support all efforts by the Chinese government to achieve national reunification. We stand ready to work with the AU to implement the outcomes of the dialogue and continue to explore the full potential for practical cooperation between the two sides to deliver more tangibly for the two peoples. 路透社，美国总统特朗普告诉《纽约时报》，如果中国在其任期内试图改变台湾现状，他会非常不悦。分析人士表示，中国可能会从美国对委内瑞拉的打击中得到启示。外交部对此言论有何评论？
Taiwan is an inalienable part of China's territory. How to resolve the Taiwan question is a matter for the Chinese ourselves. This is China's internal affair that brooks no external interference. Next one, please.
谢谢发言人。澎湃新闻提问：昨日。
The launching ceremony of the China-Africa Year of People-to-People Exchanges was held yesterday at the AU headquarters. Can you brief us more on this? Designating this year as the China-Africa Year of People-to-People Exchanges is an important initiative agreed by President Xi Jinping and African leaders at the 2024 FOCAC Beijing Summit. President Xi sent a congratulatory letter to the launching ceremony, expressing the hope that through marking the event, the two sides will carry forward traditional friendship, strengthen mutual learning among civilizations, expand people-to-people exchanges, especially among the youth, deepen exchanges of experience in governance and jointly advance modernization. Foreign Minister Wang Yi attended the launching ceremony where he spoke highly of the achievement of China-Africa people-to-people exchanges and together with the guests from African side unveiled the logo of China-Africa Year of People-to-People Exchanges. Throughout the year, the two sides plan to hold nearly 600 people-to-people exchange activities under the theme of Consolidate All-Weather Friendship, Pursue Shared Dream of Modernization in an effort to step up exchanges and mutual learning between the Chinese and African civilizations and bring the two peoples closer.
感谢发言人。迪拜中央卫视
China Arab TV. Yesterday, Israel suddenly launched airstrikes on Gaza, killing 8 people and injuring 55. What's China's comment on Israel's violation of the ceasefire? China is deeply concerned on the current situation in Gaza. We oppose any act that harms civilians and violates international law. China hopes that the ceasefire agreement will be implemented in Gaza, the humanitarian crisis will be eased, and stability will be restored as soon as possible. Relevant parties, Israel in particular, should exercise restraint and avoid further escalation.
Venezuela's acting.
Venezuela 代总统罗德里格斯在电报上发文会见了中国驻委大使，中方能否证实介绍会谈的具体内容？
中方
China values its relations with Venezuela and has maintained sound communication and cooperation with the Venezuelan government. China will continue to firmly support Venezuela in safeguarding sovereignty, dignity, national security, and lawful rights and interests. No matter what the political situation may evolve in Venezuela, China is deeply committed to deepening the practical cooperation across the field and promoting common development.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
A question from AFP.
法新社，李在明总统下周将会访日，会和高市早苗首相会面。此前访问了中国，中方对此有何评论？以及韩国希望加强与日本的合作有何评论？同时，中方对此警告公民不要前往日本，并且加注了限制中方。
Let me say that the state-to-state interactions should be conducive to maintaining regional peace and stability.
NHK, former
NHK 前日本驻华大使丹羽羽一郎日前去世，中方对此有何评论？
He has worked actively to promote the improvement and development of China-Japan relations and economic cooperation between the two countries, and devoted enormous effort to the friendship between the Chinese and Japanese people. China speaks highly of this. We express deep condolences over Mr. Neva's passing and extend heartfelt sympathies to his family.
谢谢发言人。德新社提问。
DPA. It's reported by German media that Tino Kurupara, co-chair of the Alternative to Germany, started his visit to China on Monday. He said that he would meet with senior officials from the Chinese government. Could the ministry confirm that? Who will he meet with? Additionally, what's China's stance on its relationship with the AfD?
China and Germany have long been maintaining broad and in-depth exchanges in political, economic, cultural, and other fields, which includes interactions between legislatures and political parties. China stands ready to continue the constructive exchanges and cooperation with various sectors in Germany and work for sustained and in-depth development of China-Japanese friendship and mutually beneficial cooperation.
下一个问题。
Next one, please. Any other questions? This is the end of today's press briefing. Thank you. I hope you have a happy weekend. Good afternoon, from the media. Welcome to the press briefing. Now the floor is open.
谢发言人，北京日报记者提问：8日。
Beijing Daily on January 8, Foreign Minister Wang Yi and the chairperson of the African Union Commission, Yusuf, chaired the 9th China-African Union Strategic Dialogue. Could you share more details and how does China view its current relations with the AU? The African Union, AU, is a banner for Africa to seek strength and unity. China always develops relations with the AU from a strategic height